Hey guys, it's Heather with the Columbus Coffee Festival, and I'm here today with Joe Capitosto from Third Wave Water, and we're going to talk about coffee and water and some other things in between. So Joe, how did you get started at just drinking coffee?
It started with me basically having to stay up in college, and I started out drinking energy drinks, and those are horrible for you. But they had a lot of caffeine in them, and I needed to stay up all night. And I actually got introduced to really high-end specialty coffee, and I realized that I loved to drink it. I loved it when it was cold, and it was black, had like almost no calories. And I really wanted to know like how all the interesting flavors were created. So I think just going out there and searching, I lived in the city of Chicago at the time, so I was able to look at some bigger companies and really like take a deep dive into where coffee comes from and how it can taste that way. So
That's awesome. So how long have you been at Third Wave Water?
I've only been there for about a month, but I reached out to them. They're an Ohio-based company. I've known them for years and seen them at some of the larger like coffee expos, and they have a really great presence in the like Columbus and Ohio coffee scene. So they're really growing. They're expanding to a lot of markets in the UK and Australia, and they needed help kind of with a liaison almost into coffee education and being able to explain kind of what their product is and how it's an easy solution for people at home, but also like a powerful tool in the hands of someone who is a coffee professional. I used it when I competed in Brewers Cup in the last two times that I've competed, and got to know the product and reached out to them, and they were kind of like, well, we want to grow and expand. So that's when I joined the team about a month ago.
So how does Third Wave Water work?
So it's actually kind of easy, but water is like 98% of what coffee ends up being like, and the water that you use is really important in coffee in general. So filtration is really tough when you start with tap water. If you start with different places you live or whatever pipes you're dealing with, filtration and all those other issues are really tough. So if you start with zero and you add exactly what you need to coffee, to the water that you're using to brew coffee, then you understand what result, and you can actually use any three of the different profiles to get different tastes out of your coffee, whether it's dark roast, more magnesium for sweetness, or more calcium citrate for a little bit of like lively acidity. All the possibilities are kind of there, and it was born out of the two guys that started it, Charles and Taylor. They wanted to just boil down perfect coffee water, and they realized, well, we could start with the right minerals. And there are a lot of coffee nerds out there that are really like geeking out over what actual minerals you can add to water to make the right coffee water. And I think these guys have the best solutions with no chlorides and other things that harm your equipment, and also the right taste.
What can our coffee community expect to receive in the take-home experience box from Third Wave?
So there's going to be these little 2-packs in there, and they'll have 2 little sachets or little packets, and they'll contain enough minerals to add to distilled water for 1 gallon. So you just buy a gallon of distilled water, and one of these packets will go in there, mix it up, and then wait a little bit, maybe 15 minutes, and you can use it to brew coffee, and that'll give you perfect coffee water. So there's 2 of those in here. That's enough for all the coffee you'll get in your box. Also, the instructions are on the back and everything, so feel free to check us out, but also it'll make tasty coffee.
Thank you, Joe, and Third Wave Water for sponsoring the event this year. We really appreciate having you guys.
Yeah, you're welcome.